Well, hello. We have our Pilates balls out and we are going to have a gorgeous time moving together on our mats today. So my ball is about 2/3, maybe slightly more inflated. Okay, so you don't want it fully inflated. And for all of the workout, we are either going to be lying down or kneeling. Okay. So we are just going to go straight into the workout because I'm very excited. I love using the ball. It's a fantastic prop and we're going to have lots of fun. Okay, so you're going to get your ball and you're going to place your ball in between your knees. Okay, and we're going to start coming up into a kneeling position on the mat. Draw your tailbone down. Think as if you were stood on the mat. So we were standing tall, lifting the crown of our head towards the ceiling. So you're drawing the tailbone down, feel that sense of opening through the front of the hips. Place your hands on the outside of your thighs. And I just want you to focus on sliding one hand down the thigh, the other hand's lifting. And then you're going to lengthen the spine and lift up. So as I go to the opposite side, so the waist is shortening on one side and lengthening on the other, and lift up. And I think about where the movement's coming from. So the ribs lift on this side. And then I pull the ribs back down, pulling my belly button in towards the spine. So we're just starting nice and slow to get you warmed up. So if you're thinking, oh, this doesn't look like it's going to be very effective. Okay, warm-up's really important. Then we're going to get into more of the challenging work. So stick with this, stay with us. And I promise that you're going to have a very good workout. So we're doing one more on each side. Lift up. Okay, try not to lead with the head. Head's going to naturally move because of the movement of your spine. Well done. And then we're going to take the ball out. So that ball is going to go on the mat here. We're going to place our hands in front of the ball and your hands are going to be shoulder width apart. Always spread the fingertips wide. Press into the floor with the hands. You're going to reach the crown of your head forward. So I'm thinking long neck. Draw your belly button up towards your spine and then find a connection with your pelvic floor. So when I glance down now, my knees are hip distance apart. Okay, we're going to take our right hand off the mat and we're going to place the back of the hand on the ball. So I'm going to start to soften my left elbow and I'm going to thread through here. So I'm rotating my spine. Turn your head, lower that shoulder towards the mat. Breathe out, come all the way back to the center. Press into the floor to lift up. Keep that long spine. Opposite side, inhale, turn, rotate. So focus on the movement that's coming from above the hip. So we're trying not to press those glutes back as we come into our rotation. So thinking about the rib cage turning, rotating, really feel that work in your center. So I can feel this across my back muscles and here across my abdominal muscles. So again, turning your head, focus on that sense of reaching the arm through and pull back. And don't worry if your range of movement's different to mine, okay? It might be more, it might be less. Okay, we're all a work in progress and we're just looking to move our bodies and feel good about ourselves. Last one. So turn, twist, reach, and then pull back to the center. Well done. So the ball I'm going to lift up is going to go back between my thighs. Hands are going to go onto the mat. So just higher than the knees, in between your thighs. What I want you to think about today, when we're squeezing on that ball and it's between our thighs, if you cue in your head, bring my knees in, you're going to feel it in a different way than if you think I'm moving from my hips, I'm going to press in from my hips. If you press in from your hips, you're going to feel it more on your inner thighs and in your glutes, which is what we're looking for. So just keep that in your head. When I say press, apply that pressure to the ball, you're pressing in from here. Yeah, not just thinking about those knees coming in. Trust me, it makes a big difference. And if you don't believe me, try it out. Okay, those knees are tucked, not knees, toes are tucked under. Push the toes into the mat. Engage your pelvic floor, lift your knees and hover. Now press on the ball, increase that pressure and release. Increase that pressure. Remember where we're pressing from, and release. And you're going to go 2 more and release. And on the last one, we're going to hold. Keep that spine long. Keep the knees hovering off the mat. 3, 2, 1. Lift up now and try and straighten the legs. And you're going to press your heels down towards the mat. Don't worry if they're not coming all the way to the mat. Press the heels of your hands into the mat to drive your tailbone high. That might help to get those heels down. Lower. And then we're going to lift the heels and we're going to flex those toes. And then we're going to press the heels down. And lift. And lower. And 2 more. Well done. And last one. Well done. Heels lift. Keep the pressure on the ball now as you come down, and we're going to hover. Just so you know, we're hovering. So as I hover, lift your head so you've got that long spine again. I don't mean lift it here. Just watch we're not dropping the chin. Keep that pressure for 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome. Well done. And then you're going to bring the ball to the outside of your thigh. Okay, so it's right thigh for me, so let's do the same. Bring your left hand behind your head. Again, as we lift up and lengthen the spine, try not to flare those ribs. So the ribs are drawing down, belly button's drawing in and up, crown of the head's lifting to the ceiling. Okay, a lot to think about. Okay, hand behind your head. So it really helps me if I press my head into my hands to keep my neck long. And then we're thinking about driving that left elbow towards the ceiling. And I'm going to press down on this ball as I lift up and over. So to go further, sometimes we do this and we roll forwards. Try not to. Keep lifting that elbow up towards the ceiling and then work into here. Pull down from that left side. Draw those ribs down. Nice. Breathe in as you lift it up and over. Well done. And breathe out. Come back to the middle and switch sides. Okay, so right hand behind your head. Let's think about growing taller, elbow back if you can. Don't worry if you haven't got that range in your shoulder. Just go to where you can, but do press your head into your hands. So we're breathing in. We're going up. Well done. And breathe out. Come back to the center. Breathe in and lift. And breathe out. Come back to the center. Just go one more. And all the way back. Awesome. Well done. So then we're going to come down onto the mat. So how are we going to do that? So before we roll all the way down, I want you just to place the ball behind you here. So I've literally popped it down on the mat. So I can feel it against my lower back, but I've not kind of pushed it in, okay? So you're going to hold the back of your thighs. We're going to try and lift ourselves up, sit high on those sit bones, have a little wiggle. And then from here, you're going to draw your chin down towards your chest. You're going to draw your eye line down towards your chest. And then we're going to think about curving our spine, but the movement's coming from here. I am drawing under here. That's it. And I'm pulling my belly button in towards my spine. And then if I roll back a little bit further, I can just feel that ball, okay, against my lower back. Walk your feet in a bit more. Flex those feet, lift the toes off the mat. Okay, and then we are going to release, reach the arms forward. Okay, if you can press back here, pressing from here, keep the chest lifted and rounded here. Well done. And then you're just going to slowly rotate round. Now, we're not moving the arms, I'm moving here. I'm moving here. So my range of movement's going to be small because I don't have a great deal of rotation. None of us do. And you're going to rotate back to the center and then you're rotating round to the other side. If you feel that, your arms kind of just take over all the work. Bring your hands across your chest and rotate here. So we keep looking down. We try and keep the legs still. We focus on that small movement and round. And we're just going to do one more on each side. So keep gluing your belly button in and up. And we go round Woo, last one. Nice work. So different from one side to the other. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly lift up, coming off the ball. Well done. So now I'm going to place the ball above my ankles, okay? In between my legs. And then we're going to start to extend the legs, but not fully. So I've lifted the feet, so lifted the toes, so my heels are on the mat. Okay, and I've got a soft bend, as you can see, in the knee. So as I try and push those heels down, that gives me more connection here into my hamstrings, okay? So remember where we're pressing from as we apply pressure on the ball, okay? We're going to inhale, find that C shape, and we're going to start to roll back. So I'm using the ball to give me stability, keeping a little bend in the knees, trying to press the heels down towards the mat and coming down with as much control as you possibly can. Well done. Then you're going to reach those arms up to vertical. We're going to take the feet off the ball for a moment and just reset here. Just find your neutral. So it always helps to do a few little tucks, tilts of the pelvis here. Draw your navel down towards your spine. Okay, so we're going to extend one leg. We're going to find the ball. So above my, just above my heel, I'm resting on the ball here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my hands, interlace my fingers and bring my hands behind my head. So my thumbs are at the base of my skull. I've made a little basket. I've rested my head in that basket in my hands and draw your elbows slightly forward. Okay, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to curl up. Well done. Now we're going to take our left foot off the floor here. So I'm going to press down on that ball as I rotate out in this left hip. And I'm going to come back to the center. Curl up a little bit more. So press down on the ball to give you stability. So what we're trying to do, you'll see if your right hip is lifting. So we're trying to keep the lower back stable on the mats as we focus on this rotation here and back to center. And one more time. It's really challenging, but so effective. Well done. And then we're going to extend one leg, roll the ball in and switch. And 4. And 3. Well done. And 2. And last one. Ooh. And then roll all the way down. Bring that foot down onto the mat and just reset yourself. So now you're bringing your right foot onto the floor. And then you're going to place just above your heel on top of this ball. Okay, so the legs straight, hips are square here. Okay, we're going to take our hands again behind our heads. Interlace your fingers. So I very much support my head when I curl up, okay? So just sometimes I need to readjust the position of my ribs, okay? Taking this right foot off the floor. So then I press down as much as I can on this left side to stabilize. So I can do some rotation in this hip and pull back to center. So my core here is engaged and I'm squeezing this glute for stability. Well done. So my leg is shaking because I'm pressing down on a very unstable surface and because I'm challenging my muscles. Well done. And come back to the center. Ooh. Roll all the way down. Okay. Oh no, we're not rolling down. We're going to curl back up. Ah, were you shouting at the camera then? Okay, at the screen. Okay, we're going to switch. Did you hope or did you think that I had forgotten? So we've got 3 to go. And again. And 2. Wow. And last one. Amazing. Well done. Curl down. Oh, blimey. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to use our feet to maneuver the ball towards us. Okay, and we're going to place the ball between our thighs. Okay, so just readjust, arms down by your side, feet hip distance. So your feet, position of your feet and knees will be dictated by the position of the ball between your thighs. Okay, so then think about the feet, firmly plant them on the floor. You're going to tuck your pelvis so your lower back's imprinted, and then you're going to slowly peel up off the mat. So when I say peel up off the mat, you're peeling your spine off the mat. We're going to bring these hips to a neutral position. We're going to find a connection into our glutes. We're going to hold here. And then we're going to apply pressure to that ball, as we discussed, thinking about pressing in from here. Yes, well done. And again. Brilliant. Okay, so we squeeze and just hold that tension for a couple of seconds. Well done. And again. And last two. And last one. Awesome. And rolling your spine back down onto the mat. Fabulous. Okay, we're going to lift the hands, arms, interlace your fingers, bring your hands back behind your head. So again, supporting our head as we lift the chest and we curl up. So be careful with this as you take your feet away from the mat. So applying a little bit of pressure onto the ball here. So we're going to lift your chest towards your thighs, and then we're going to open from the hip, draw the feet towards the floor, draw those knees back in. So as I'm lowering the feet, that's an awful lot of load that I'm adding to my core. So I'm being really mindful of not taking the feet too far and then starting to arch my lower back and allow those ribs to lift away from the mat. So apply some pressure onto the ball as you lower and lift. So you can keep the movement really small. You might just do a small hinge here and draw in. It's not about that range of movement for this particular exercise. It's keeping that stability here in your center. And one more. And draw back in. I want you to bring your head and shoulders back onto the mat. Bring those feet together. Now take the arms wider, glue those shoulder blades down and turn your palms to face the ceiling. So I want you to now press the ribs, back of the ribs into the mat. And as you lift your left hip and you roll those knees over to that right side, I want you to keep your ribs heavy on that right side. Pause. Now use your core. Draw your navel in towards your spine and roll those knees back to the center. Switch sides. So again, as I roll over to the left side, I'm keeping the ribs heavy, pressing down on that left side and come back to the center. So you can do this with your feet down on the mat. So you don't have to lift the feet off. So rotate. In some ways, I feel this work more on my center when the feet are down. Whereas I feel that I'm trying not to load my spine too much when the feet are lifted. So just go for the movement that you feel is the most effective in terms of rotation and connection with your center. So whether feet are off the mat or down on the floor, we've just got one more on each side. And then a big breath out, roll back to the middle. Okay, we're taking the ball and you're going to place the ball onto the mat. You're going to lift your hips. So as I come down onto the ball now with my glutes, so I want to feel that I can tilt my pelvis here. And as I lift the feet off, the ribs are pressing down. If you're really lifted here, you're going to need to move that ball further down so we can really tuck that pelvis. Okay, arms lengthening, fingertips on the mat, okay? And then you're going to open through one hip. You're going to lower the foot towards the floor, draw back. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. If that's feeling okay, you're going to lift the hands completely off the mat. And again, you want to keep these ribs heavy here. Okay. And then the final variation would be here. So the wobble is real for everybody. Try not to do this so you're bending at your knee. We bend at the knee. Okay, extend and open through the front of the hip. Pull back in. And again, breathe in and breathe out. And we're going to go, after this one, we've got 4 more to go in total. So number 4, pull back. And 3, draw back. Keep connected in your core. Well done. And last one. Well done. So then I'm going to extend both legs. I'm going to bring my arms down by my sides, okay? And I'm going to draw one leg towards me and I'm pressing the opposite leg away, feeling that stretch through the front of this hip, feeling that lengthening through the hamstring. And then slowly lift the leg and switch. So the hands are on the floor. Work that opposition here and return. Well done. Feels just absolutely gorgeous to get that stretch. Well done. And again, I'm still using my core for stability. Well done. Just one more on each side. Well done. And last one. Awesome. And then you're going to bring your knees into your chest. You're going to cross the feet over. Well done. Relax, relax the shoulders. Close your eyes. And just slowly roll your head from side to side. And I'm going to leave you to relax and be on your mat. Well done. Thank you for moving with me. And I look forward to seeing you soon.